Hey, Thorp keyboard players, how's it going? It's Mr. Andrew coming to you from my home. I wanted to make some videos for you guys so you could stay engaged with the band during this time. This first video, we're going to go over all of the parts that we have so far. I know that Ernie, a lot of these parts that you know, Peter, a lot of these parts that you know too, but some of this is going to be basically to review stuff that we already know, and some of it's going to be to kind of clean up stuff that we maybe haven't gotten right or haven't learned exactly. So hopefully we'll be getting everything set straight today. So we're going to start with American Idiot and go over that one first. So that's the first set of notes from our first riff in American Idiot. That's A, D, and G in the order that we play them, which is A, D, G, D, A, G. And that's our first riff. A, D, G, D, A, G. Okay, now we're going to turn those three notes into power chords by adding the perfect fifth above each note. So for A, that's going to be E. For D, that's going to be A. And for G, that's going to be D. Now we're obviously going to want to switch that into a more comfortable position split amongst both of our hands using all of our fingers. Try it with me now. 1, 2, ready, go. Great, that was the verse of American Idiot, and now we're going to take a look at the chorus. The chorus starts with a D major, but we're going to start that D major on an A in our right hand. So it's going to be A, D, and F sharp. And we're going to play that with three fingers. A, D, F sharp. That's D major. And now we're going to look at A major, and that's going to have A, C sharp, and E. A, C sharp, and E. A major. Next, we're going to play E major with G sharp, B, and E. G sharp, B, and E. That's E major. And then go back to A major with A, C sharp, and E. So, we're going to try that whole thing. We start with D major, and then A. Here's E, back to A. Again, repeat D, A, E, back to A. And that's the chorus. So now to our chorus, I want to add bass notes with our left hand. And we're going to start out with our root note, that's A. And then we're going to go up to D, back down to A, up to E, and back down to A. And then we start over again with D, A, E, A. Okay, so now let's try it all together. Put both of our right hand and our left hand together with D major on top. Here we go. A with A, C sharp, and E. E with G sharp, B, and E. And right back to A. Good job. I know that was mostly a review, but just making sure we go over everything. Okay, next we are going to do Sweet Child of Mine. This song starts with a D major with D, F sharp, A, just like that. And then C, E, E, C, E, G, making C major. And then we're going to do B, D, G, and that's G major. Oops, there we go, G major. D, F sharp, A, that's your first chord, D major. And then C, C, E, G, very good. And then G major with B in the bass, B, D, G, back to D major. Just like that. Now we're going to add our bass, that's D, C, G, and then back up to D. So we're just going to combine both our right hand and our left hand doing those chords for both the verse and the interludes and the intro and all that stuff. It's most of the time, most of the song is D, C, G, D. Great job. Now, the next part we're going to do is the chorus, and that's going to start on A major and then go to C and then back to D. So here's A in our bass first, then we're going to build the chord on top with A, C sharp, and E. And then we're going to do a C major, C, E, and G, C in the bass. And then we're going to go back to D with D in the bass and D, F sharp, and A on the top in our right hand. So that's A major, C major, and D. And that's our chorus. Great. Okay, now let's start the first part of the solo section with our left hand in the bass. It starts with E, and then we go to C, and then B, and then A. And those are our root notes. And the rhythm goes like this. And now we're going to add our right hand. We're going to add the chords on top of that, the first one. We're going to start with E minor, okay? E minor, E, G, and B. B is our lowest note, so we're going to do it our second inversion. B, E, G. Then we're going to go to C major, C, E, G. And then we're going to do B major, which is B, D sharp, and F sharp. And then A major, A, C sharp, E sharp. So that's what we're doing with our right hand. Let's go over that one more time. E minor, B, E, G. C, E, G for C major. B, D sharp, F sharp for B major. And then A, C sharp, E for A major. Great job! Okay, now we're going to look at the second solo section. This is the bass part. It starts with E, G, A, and then we do C, D, and then we repeat. So that's E, G, A, C, and D. Those are the bass notes. Okay, now we're going to add the right hand with E minor, E, G, B, and then G major, D, G, B. Okay, and then we're going to do A major with C sharp, E, A, and then C major, C, E, G, and D, F sharp, A for D major. That's E minor, G major, A major, C major, and D major. Okay, now let's add our bass notes to those chords. Great job! Now we're going to work on London Calling. So for London Calling, we start with an E minor chord, E, G, B, and we just play that several times like that in the intro. It's pretty easy. E, G, B. Next, we're going to add the verse. We're going to start again on that E minor chord, E, G, B, and then we're going to add F, A, C. That's our next chord. That's F major, F, A, C. Then we're going to go up one whole step again and do G, B, D, G major. So it's really just chords going up a step each time. E, F, G, just like that. Now we're going to add our bass notes with our left hand. Still, same root notes, E, F, and then we're going to lower G down an octave like that. So E up here, F up there, and then low G. Okay, that is our verse for London Calling. Now we're going to move on and play the chorus. The chorus starts on E with our left hand in the bass. We're going to do E, F sharp, G, and then back to D to take us again to E, to repeat like that. So once we end that, we're going to do our walk down from D, C sharp, C, and B. Just like that. D, C sharp, C, B. So yeah, first part of that bass line, E, F sharp, G, D, E, and then we do that walk down. So let's go over now what we do with our right hand. So right there with my right hand, I'm doing G and B, and then going to F sharp and A, those 2/3 with my bass line that I already explained in the chorus in the left hand. We're going to be doing that. G, B, F sharp, A. And this is where you do your D walk down. D, C sharp, C, B. And then on top of that, in the right hand, we're going to have F sharp, A, and C that we do over and over again, like that with triplets. Great job, London Calling. Okay, so now we're going to start Holy Diver. This one is going to be in C minor. It's going to start on C. And this is our opening riff here. C, D, E flat, C, D, E flat, B flat. Now I want to try this whole riff with octaves, so doing both hands on C at first. Great job. Okay, now let's look at the verse. It's going to start again on C. We're going to stay on C, and then we're going to go to A flat. And then B flat, and then A flat, and then back up to C. Awesome job. Okay, now we got to add our pre-chorus. It's going to start on A flat. And then it's going to go to B flat. And that's it. That's the pre-chorus. A flat, B flat. And then we go back to our main riff the first time. Excellent work. Now let's do the bridge. This part is going to start on C again, and then we're going to go to B flat, and then we're going to walk down to A, and then back up to C, and then B flat, and then G this time, new note, back B flat to C, B flat, back to A flat, back to B flat again, and then one more time, and then we end on A flat like that. And then after the first bridge there, you'll just go back to your verse, just like that. Great job. Okay, so the last thing we have to cover now is the solo section. This is going to start with B flat to C, and then E flat to C, back to B flat to C, E flat to C, and then E flat, D. So that's the whole pattern. Anyway, that's the whole thing, so let's try it out with the octaves. Now, after doing that 3 times, we're going to go back to our pre-chorus, which is A flat, B flat. We're going to do this 3 times. A flat to B flat. And that's going to lead us back straight to our verse. Great job. Okay, so the only other thing we got to cover is the very end, the outro. We do our main riff, but this time we're only going to do the first half of the main riff and repeat that over and over again. So just that part of it, nothing And that's Holy Diver. Great job all around. I hope that this video is a good practice tool for you guys to make sure you got everything from our songs. Cool. Great job.